Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday evening. Hope everybody is doing well. I'm praying that your week is going well. I just wanted to jump on here and talk about our new class, Facebook Essentials One on One. A lot of people have been asking about it. What are we going to be talking about in this course? So I just wanted to jump on really quickly to kind of go through what we're going to be talking about in this course, what you'll get from it, if this is something for you. So if you have been following us for any minute, I want to say hi. Welcome back. If you're watching live, I want you to put it in the comments that you're watching live. If you're watching on the replay, let me know that as well, so I'll be able to shout you out. Always so glad to have you be a part of what we are doing here at Ministry Media Solutions. Always trying to make sure that we make social media and digital ministry easy for churches, especially small churches, ministries, faith based entrepreneurs, whether you are a nonprofit. This is the area and people that I'm really looking to serve. Most of you know my story, actually being a member of a very small church and the whole trying to get everything together for when the pandemic happened, finally getting up and running, making sure that we were on the appropriate channels, that we were on Facebook and that we were on YouTube, and so that our members could actually have access to ministry and to our services. Then, as things have eased, wondering, are we being effective? Are we reaching the people that God has called us to reach? God has given us the biggest evangelistic field in social media. And so we began to think and to pray about, are we really reaching people? Are we really using these platforms to their fullest potential? Which is one of the reasons I wanted to do this series on specifically on Facebook, because that's where I know most churches are streaming to Facebook, and wanted to help maximize your reach on Facebook, making it easy to navigate through the areas of Facebook. And so that's why we even started the Facebook series. And so, hoping and praying that you are finding, we had so many people come through our first course, and I'm just so excited about actually being able to continue to share. And so, if you are joining me live and you haven't shared this yet, I want you to go ahead and share. I am actually doing the same myself, making sure that we can get as many people on this live as we possibly can. I always want to make sure that I serve as many people as I can. That is what God has called me to do in this hour, is to be of service. That's why I do what I do, to be of service to small churches, to ministries, nonprofits, to faith-based entrepreneurs, just helping you maximize the tools that God has given us. And I believe social media, digital ministry is a tool that God has given us. So I'm always so excited to be able to share, just tips and tools and strategies to help you do that to the best ability. And so last month we did a course, Facebook um, Basics One-on-One, that just walked through the basic fundamentals of how to use Facebook. I don't know if you are like me, but I'm the kind of person that when I get a new gadget, I get a new toy, I immediately go open up the toy and just start using it. It is very rare that I actually open up, and y'all can just say, "Whoa, is Cheryl." It's very rare that I open up the instruction manual and say, "Hey, how do I use this? What's the best use for this? What does this part do? What does this component do? What is this made for?" And so that's what I found with a lot of small churches, a lot of ministries, a lot of faith based entrepreneurs. You're using Facebook, but you never looked at the user's manual. You never looked at the owner's manual. And then you become frustrated because it's not working like you thought it would. That's because you didn't take time to read the instructions. And so what the Facebook 101 series is the instructions for the tool that you have in front of you, whether that is Facebook, whether that is YouTube. Read the instructions. And so instead of taking you through the entire instruction manual, I am the shortcut that's going to help you dive into the essentials and the basics of Facebook. So if you missed Facebook Basics 101, it is still available. You can catch the replay, and I'll drop a link in the comments where you can go ahead and grab that. But you are in time. You still have time to register for our Facebook Essentials 101. That will be happening on Friday, March the 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure that you do not miss out on Facebook Essentials. And it takes a deeper dive into Facebook. And Facebook Basics, we cover, just the basics, you know, Facebook pages over Facebook profiles, that kind of thing. How to post, what to post, what are some good ideas for churches to be posting. We went through the whole basics of how to set up, a Facebook page, how to go live. So all of that is in Facebook Basics. But in Facebook Essentials, what we're going to be talking about is a deeper dive into Facebook, into what Facebook now Meta calls the surfaces of Facebook. Which one of those surfaces, or how many surfaces or areas, features are there to Facebook, and what are they made for? We may be using them incorrectly. So, what are those surfaces made of? So, we'll go through all of the different areas that are inside of this platform of Facebook and how we can use them more effectively. Whether we're talking about Facebook stories, Facebook reels, Facebook video rooms, Facebook audio rooms, Facebook watch, Facebook feed, all of those areas, Facebook groups. How do we use all of those areas most effectively? What are those areas made for? So we'll be talking about that. We'll also be talking about groups. When should you start a Facebook group? Should you start a Facebook group as a ministry, as a nonprofit, as a business, and what to use them for? We're going to go through the 5 things you need to know before you start a Facebook group. That's what we're going to be covering also in Facebook Essentials. We're also going to talk about Creator Studio and Business Suite. What is that? If you don't know what that is, you need to be in this class, because we're going to dive into what that is for a church and how you can use it to actually manage your time, to take back your time, so that when you post, you don't feel like you're posting every day. So teaching you how to schedule out your posts for a week, for a month ahead of time, so that you can get your time back. Because I know for a lot of small churches and a lot of small ministries, you feel strapped for time. Like, when am I supposed to have time to do all of this with everything else that you have going on in your life? Work, family, church. When are you going to have time to post on Facebook? And so we're going to help you make that easier, talking and walking you through Creator Studio and how to use it to the maximum effectiveness. And then last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about the different kinds of third-party tools and apps that you can use to up level or to make pretty and make fancy your church services, so it isn't just the feed. so that you can, bring in custom graphics, so that you can bring in lower thirds. The frames you always see me presenting when I'm coming live to you, having my logo, or corner bug as some people call it, in my presentations. How do you do that? When you saw me come on, I had a countdown. How do you do that? That's using third party software. So I'm going to cover what I think are the four best options for churches and how you can get them and how you can use them to enhance your church's live stream on a budget, little to no budget, because that's what a lot of small churches, you see all of the enhancements that other churches or large churches, mega ministries may be using. And you're thinking to yourself, we could never afford that. It doesn't cost as much as you think. And so I want to help you by making it, or showing you affordable options, low cost to no cost, and also options that are going to help it not be so time consuming for you. So if you are looking for any of those, that is what we're going to be including in our next series for Facebook Essentials. I would love to have you be a part if you know somebody that needs to be on here. If you are watching live or on the replay and you have not yet registered for Facebook Essentials, I want to admonish you to do that today. It's going to be a limited class size because I like to be able to talk back and forth and take questions and to walk through. We'll be doing a lot of walkthroughs. A lot of times when people tell you, well, this is a tool that you can use, but then they don't show you how to use it. How many churches bought equipment during the pandemic that you do not know how to use? You have it. They told you to get it. They told you it was necessary. But now you've spent all this money and now you have this equipment and you do not know how to use it. We're going to talk about that. The essential things that you need to up level. You don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars to have a very, very, and I mean very, very nice presentation. So those are some of the things that we're going to be talking about in Facebook Essentials. So I want to encourage you. It is only $50. We try to make sure to keep the cost down so that the average small church can afford it. That's one of the things that we pride ourselves is to make this affordable for you. I don't want to outprice anything where now like, oh, now I got to buy this new car. I can't afford it. So I want to always make sure that it is in a good price range for you, which is why we keep the cost so low, because I want you to be able to use all of the tools that we give you to be able to up level ministry, to do it at the best. I believe that God has called us to do everything in excellence, and I'm here to be a resource for you and pointing you to some of the best tools that you can use, especially if you're a small church, ministry, nonprofit, and also do some tutorials to teach you how to use those things. So I look forward to seeing you in this course. You'll see on the screen the name of the course and where you can go ahead and jump into that class. That's CherylThomas.co, not com, .co / Facebook Essentials 101. I would love to be your tour guide through all things Facebook to help you maximize your church's reach on the internet and online in digital ministry. God bless you. I'll take a few seconds if anybody has any questions. And if you're live and you have any questions, pop them in the comments. And if you're watching this on the replay, put replay in the comments and also put questions in there. I'll always come back to the lives to answer questions. So if you have any questions about the course or just about anything, digital ministry, social media for churches, let me know in the comments and we will try to get answers to you. I love you all with the love of the Lord and pray that you have an amazing day. God bless you.